What's up, everybody? This is Chris, and this is my channel, Barnon11970, and I'm going to give you some of those aha moments. I love to make people think in my videos, and I like to change things up every now and then. So like you see in the title of this video, I'm going to give you a couple of secrets that the Bible pretty much reveals and lets you really understand who we are and our purpose in life. Now, one of the things that you've heard throughout your lifetime, your programming of your fear, is the fact that the number 666 is the number of the beast. Now, that could technically be true, but it's not what you think it is. We are carbon-based life forms. If you've ever seen any Hollywood movie where there's an alien involved and they're talking to humans, where we have communication, they'll always call us carbon-based units because we're primarily made of carbon. This planet is primarily made of carbon. Well, if you ever look up carbon, and I highly suggest you do this, here's the thing that you will find. The materials that make up carbon have 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. We are the beast that they are referring to. You ever wonder why they always say man is so corruptible? So it's not what you're led to believe. The number 666, where they say the number of the beast, is us. Because we're carbon-based units. We're made primarily of carbon. And if you, like I said, look it up, you'll see 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Now I'm going to show you some other things, some other aha moments. I've always talked about, well, not always, but in videos in the past I've talked about the fact that we are light beings. And the reason you could say that is if you look at your skin under a microscope, it's made of atoms. Atoms are made of nothing but electrical components, electrical particles. It's light. Well, if you read the Bible at all, and not have to literally take it literally and see it as what it is, a science book trying to give information to people so the people that wrote it don't get murdered for trying to spread truth, you will see that it says God is the light of the world. And we are made in God's image. So God is light. He is the light of the world. We are made in God's image. In other words, you're a light being. One of the reasons why, just coincidentally, I'm sure, that one of the things we call our children are youngsters or young stars. Now, bear with me, because I know that stuff sounds crazy and all that other stuff, but, you know, I'm not here to talk about the stuff to people who don't want to open their minds and expand their thoughts and see what things really are. Religion has basically taught us to separate ourselves from God. In other words, that God is somewhere in the universe looking down at us, who supposedly loves us unconditionally, but if you do one wrong thing, you'll spend eternity in hell. Well, that contradicts the whole unconditional love thing. The reason they want you separate is they don't want you to understand that, as they say, that everything is from one. Well, we are all God, and I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to prove it. Well, to the best of my ability. This right here, and you can look this up, is the symbol for God. It's a circle with a dot in it. Now, the circle basically talks about infinity, because it just goes on forever. It's not a straight line. And if I'm going to show you something that will pretty much blow your mind. Because what does that symbol have to do with us to prove that we are all God? We are all made from God. Well, I'm going to show you a picture. Hopefully that comes in. Now, as you see the top one, the symbol of God, well, that's what happens when the sperm fertilizes the egg. It becomes a single cell. And then it starts to split. Then you notice down here, you have the fruit of life, the tree of life. It's hard to see, unfortunately, with the reflection. I'll try and get a little closer. And all that is, as you see as it goes, it's your cells dividing. So as you're born, you start out as a single cell, which just is the same symbol as God. and you multiply, which eventually brings you the flower of life, the tree of life, and all of creation. So, religion has taught you to be separate from God. They don't want you to know that we are all made from God, thus we are experiencing, God has experienced everything through everything. And they're telling us through the symbolism. There's a reason why that symbol there on top, or right here, is the symbol for God. Because they're trying to tell you it's where you come from. So all the people that think, when you die you go nowhere, well, let me ask you, where did you come from? Something can't come from nothing. Light just transforms. So some people will say it's crazy and all that other stuff. I'm not really worried about them. To the other people, start paying attention to what things really are, because they don't want you to ever know your true power of who you are. Everything comes from one, the single cell. That's why the whole symbolism of Adam and Eve is you take a cartoon, and if you want to name it something that reminds you of an atom, you name it Adam. So it's not that Eve was taken out of a rib. It's the fact that they're trying to tell you that life begins with the splitting of the atom. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.